Hi, Cynthia Daddona here. We're here at the Linwood Dunn Theater, which is the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences in Hollywood. We're here for the Greek Film Festival tribute to John Cassavetes and Gena Rowlands.
I like John Cassavetes' movies, and he was about as independent as it gets. There's more real life in films that are made without studio interference. The studios have made good films, but John made his best work completely independently, and it was extraordinary work.
He was the best I've ever worked with.
I know you were nominated for Academy Award.
Yeah, and John was, and so was Lynn Carlin. And then John went to New York, and he said, drive me to the airport, and I drove him on a Thursday. He said, I'll be back Sunday. I said, okay, I'll pick you up. And then he called me on Saturday. He said, I got a meeting Monday. I said, John, you're going to you're nominated. You got to go. He said, no, you and Lynn go. But John was like that. He would give it up to the actor.
What advice would you, in John's spirit, have for independent filmmakers?
It's a difficult life, independent filmmaking, but it's very satisfying. And you make a lot of friends that you have your whole life through doing it. And if you work on something that you really are interested in, how could it be better?
Absolutely. And what would you say has been one belief for you that has helped you still look like such a beautiful goddess and go through this industry yourself?
I just do the things that I'm really interested in. And I'm lucky to be able to do that. Not everyone can, and I can understand that and have sympathy. But acting for me is the ultimate good time.
You in The Notebook and The Tempest on that beautiful Greek island. Where was that film?
That was in Githyon, which is those three little peninsula things that hang off of Sparta. It's the middle one, and it was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. John Cassavetes and Gena Rowlands are mavericks of American cinema. Their collaboration was uncompromising, and their desire to focus on the story of the character has shaped independent filmmaking. Tonight, we are honored to celebrate this unique artistic collaboration by bringing together their friends and colleagues.
I was a woman with a plan. I knew the only thing that could really stop me, in my opinion, was to fall in love. I want to be an actress badly enough that I will just forego the comfort of love. And I saw John Cassavetes, and I thought, oh damn.
John was a true original, and he really wanted to strip you of everything that you knew.
I have a need for the characters to really analyze love, discuss it, kill it, destroy it, hurt each other, do all that stuff in that war, in that word polemic and picture polemic of what life is. One track mind, that's all I'm interested in, is love.
One of the most attractive, handsome-looking couples, I think, in films, Gable and Lombard and John and Gena, extraordinarily well-matched up.
Our moderator for this evening's panel, the prolific and always unique film artist, Academy Award-nominated director, Mr. Peter Bogdanovich.
If there's an actor-director, actress-director collaboration that produced more brilliant work than John and Gena, I don't know about it. What they did was beyond praise. And the work is so powerful, it really defies description. John is the only director of his generation who could honestly be called a poet. He loved people, he understood people, he made movies about people. And today, when most movies are about monsters or comic books or cartoons, you think, well, where's John when we need him? Well, I don't know where to begin about Gena, but she's she's my favorite actress, and one of the great actresses of the screen. As I said, the work she did with John is better than anybody's done in pictures that I can think of. She's also worked with her son, Nick Cassavetes, in The Notebook, and with her daughter, Zoe Cassavetes, in Broken English. So everybody in the family is making pictures. Please welcome Gena Rowlands.
John's interest was more in reality and what people actually say in their homes and to each other, and it was very different from anything that was being made at the time. I think Faces, the one that y'all are going to see tonight, was stunningly different.
Oh. It changed movies in America.
It did.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it, when I wanted to, even though I was in it, and I read it, but when I went into a theater and sat down and watched it, I just couldn't believe it. It was so stunningly different and honest. And not easy. It's not an easy picture to watch.
All of John's pictures, but in particular Faces and Woman Under the Influence, Lillian Moskowitz, Love Streams, they all have this extraordinary understanding of women, which you don't get in movies very much.
That's true. In Woman Under the Influence, I thought, I don't know how he knows about this kind of thing. I still don't know. But a lot of women understood that he understood.
But John also liked films that you'd think maybe he wouldn't like. I remember once he talked about Capra. He liked Capra, and he said, a great line, he said, maybe there never was an America. Maybe it was all Capra.
I'm curious, how was John's Greekness? What was his Greek side? I'd be curious to hear that.
John's mother was Greek, but she was born in New York. His father came over. There was always a very strong love of Greece and a pride and a great knowledge of all of the things that Greece had contributed to the rest of the world. I don't know how he did it. At one time, when we were first married, we were going down the street, New York, and he said, "That's a Greek." He said, "That's a Greek." I said, "You're so full of bull. You can point to anybody and say, that's a Greek, what do I know?" He said, "I'm telling you, you can tell. They look Greek." So I said, "Okay. The next one you see, speak to him in Greek." So, walked another half a block, and he said, "Chakiris." And the guy said, Thaao. I thought, what? Won a few more blocks. I said, "Chakiris, what's this?" They all replied to him. And I don't know about this. This is something mysterious with those of you who are Greek here. I don't know it, but I know that it's some kind of instinctive deep thing. And he was very proud of it. He loved it.
That was just the most beautiful tribute. It was so touching. And how did you feel about the tribute?
I had such a wonderful time, and the audience really seemed to appreciate John's movies.